Hey, girlfriend, you know who you are. You have big, big dreams. You want to write a book, stand on a TED Talk stage, be a life coach offering wisdom from your RV in Montana, a cafe in Barcelona, or a beach chair in Tulum. Your other girlfriends and your family, they don't always get your biz savvy. Why do you want to leave your JOB? Because you're a C.A.T.S, aka coach, author, thought leader, and speaker. Meet other change makers like yourself and find out how they make it happen. This is the Big Meow podcast.
Hey, cats, it's Kristen, and I'm here with Debra Rossi. Hi, Debra.
And hi, Kristen.
Thanks for being here today. So tell us more about your mindset coaching business.
Yes, thank you. I am passionate about the work that I do with women and men who are feeling a sense of disconnect from within, feeling a bit restless, anxious, just knowing that something in their life isn't quite working. And I feel that people, if they don't have the proper tools, or if they stay in the same mindset that got them into the struggles, they're not going to be able to move forward. So a life coach is so helpful with helping them to change their state of consciousness and give them those tools to move forward and setting new goals for themselves and just reaching a higher level of how their inner world, how they feel from the inside out.
I think feeling clear about what is within you as opposed to all those external forces can already be such a big shift in our lives. Do you have a personal philosophy?
I do. Well, my philosophy is that I live by, and it also, there's a merger with how it affects my clients, is surrender into the process of personal transformation. We really have to learn to let go of those old thought patterns, let go of habits that are kind of keeping us stuck like the hamster on the wheel, and live life being the strongest version of your best self. So when we surrender into that process, when we learn to let go, when we start to change our attitudes, and again, our behaviors, our outside world starts to change in a big way.
So what do you personally do for self-care? Do you have a self-care routine?
I do. In the morning when I wake up, I spend 15 to 20 minutes in prayer time. Prayer time is very important for me. I will set often an intention for myself, and an intention for the day could be something as simple as a word. Something that a word, because words are energy, words hold the vibration. So how I want to feel that day, I will set that intention. And then I move forward with my day. And often I'll do this little meditation. I call it my 15, 20-minute meditation practice outside on my patio, where I can bring in Mother Nature, which is also such a nice calming force. And then throughout the day, I have little things that I do for myself that I feel are healthy self-care practices. It might be playing soft music in the background. It might be, if I have maybe a 40-minute break time, I'll go outside and take a walk. Evening time, journaling to me has always been something that's very important. I feel when we journal, we become introspective. We take a look at what's going on in our lives. Our mind trips us up, but when we start to journal, it's about self-expression. And it's about tapping into more of your deeper emotions and learning more about yourself.
I'm curious a little bit about the journaling. I mean, sometimes I feel like I've met people and they journal, and the journal is just full of negativity. It's just like, you're talking about different things that maybe
Right.
didn't work that day. And then there's other ways to journal. You're journaling a creative project or something like that. So what's your journaling strategy?
Something that I would encourage your listeners to try, if they haven't, is to journal in third person as opposed to first person.
Mm-hmm.
Third person gives us a different outlook on our life, ourself, and often we're even more authentic with how we're feeling. We always have the answers within us, and I know we've all heard that, but we really and truly do. And when we journal in third person as the observer of our life, we can view things with a bigger, expanded sense of consciousness. And yes, we do want to journal about the negative, but we want to journal about the positive. We want to journal about,
Right.
I mean, we need to journal about both. We don't want to shove down those negative feelings and those negative thoughts. We want to bring it up and out to the surface. And journal, when we write, it helps us to view things in a different manner. Our mind trips us up. You know, we're like the hamster on the wheel with thoughts going round and round and round. And when we journal, and we journal again in third person, not in first, being the observer of ourselves, it just takes us in a different, interesting space. And again, we stop judging. People judge themselves, and that trips them up also.
That's really interesting. I've never heard that before about journaling from the third person. I mean,
Uh-huh.
give me just a quick example of like a few sentences that you would write in a journal from the third person.
From the third person, Debra woke up today and was feeling a sense of excitement about what was going to happen with her new book that was being published. And I'll just share on a side note, another passion of mine is writing. So I've written a couple books, and there's always an excitement to an achievement that we've stepped into when it's really something from the heart, something that we feel passionate about. So you start writing in third person and addressing yourself as your friend with that context in mind. And talk,
Interesting strategy. Yeah, it's powerful stuff.
it is, and it works, and it really and truly helps to take you in just a whole different, gives you a different viewpoint of what you're feeling and what's going on with your life as the observer. And, you know, and just talk about you. So you talk about what you feel, what you observed. And the interesting part about this, once again, is that we are more authentic. And we discover more of our answers when we are writing in third person.
What a great strategy. So of course we all want to know, like, what's this book you're excited about?
Oh, well, well, I was just giving you an example because that was the first thought that popped into my head. But my book, and my book's been published now for 10 years. And I love when we have synchronicities that happen in our lives. And I feel that when we are following the path that we are meant to follow, and we've stepped into our life's work, our destiny, whatever you want to call it, those doors open. So I wrote a book for women 10 years ago that just that was heartfelt. I just felt like, you know what, I'm not sure where this is going, but these are my thoughts, and I wanted to share. I just wanted to share. Well, and it's called Embrace the Moment. And it really is about different tools in the book that help us to step out of being that hamster on the wheel, you know, step away from that, and more of those healthy self-care practices that are so important for us. Because if we don't have the healthy self-care practices, we end up feeling as if our creativity isn't there. We have to take care of ourselves. And as women, we're such nurturers and we're doers. And we have a tendency sometimes to put ourselves last, you know, second, third, or last. And we don't want to do that. So the book is all about the how to take care of oneself, and encourages women to really and truly follow your intuition, follow what feels right for you. Because once again, our thoughts can trip us up. Our thoughts can hold us back. So when something really feels right for you and you feel such passion, you want to follow through on that intuition. Our feelings can take us to farther places often than what our brain is telling us, as we know.
So true. Well, Debra, how can we find you?
You can find me on my website, www.debrarossi.com, and I offer a free 1-hour consultation about my coaching services, about the program that I use called Mindset for Success, which is a program that I take all of my clients through. And my work is different than other life coaches because of this program. And the program is a blend of spirituality, neuroscience, and psychology. So it's very powerful. It's a brain-based approach to change, and it has a lasting effect.
Amazing. Debra, thank you for being on the Big
Thank
Meow.
you, Kristen. Thank you so much. My pleasure.
Thanks for listening to the Big Meow podcast, sponsored by C.A.T.S Network. If you liked what you heard, please take a moment to subscribe and share this podcast with your friends. You can also join our network filled with positivity and possibility. Visit www.catsnetworking.com to join us and learn more, together with your magical, motivated, and mystical new friends at C.A.T.S Network. Let's transform 1 million lives with your message. Are you feeling isolated sitting at home in your PJs? Or perhaps you're tired of the comfy sweatpants with holes in them that are hidden just below the camera? I mean, you could puke at the thought of another day of Zoom meetings and reporting to your BOSS. Do you want freedom from your home office desk or the office cubicle? Do you want freedom from your current career? Or are you frustrated that your online biz dreams are going nowhere? It's all too overwhelming. Where do you start? All the tech, the choices, and your message. Yep, I said your message, your brand, your voice. What is it? Do you even know what that means? Do you need a biz coach but don't want to invest the big bucks? Let's face it, being a solopreneur is lonely, but you don't have to do it alone. And here's a solution. Join C.A.T.S Network. C.A.T.S Network is a woman-only membership community exclusively available to you, the life coach or executive coach, the author, the thought leader, or the public speaker. If you identify with this list or want to work on adding some of these to your skill set, C.A.T.S is the place for you. Check us out at www.catsnetworking.com. That's C.A.T.S networking.com. Because let's face it, cats are better together.